Grace and peace. And we're on a road trip with God. And this time we're on a road trip thinking about Ruth and Naomi, one of whom was returning to a land she knew, one of whom was coming into this really foreign land, trying to figure it out. And this road trip makes me think of the time, several times, that I had youth groups go with me down to, it's called Camp Shannondale, and it's not quite in the Missouri Boot Hill, but it's pretty darn close, really close to Arkansas, and just an eye-opening experience for these wonderful suburban youth that I would take with me. And we would go traveling through the hills and valleys, and really the highways were this wide, surrounded by these huge trees, and no internet service, right? And it's hysterical. And when we would have to go pick up people from their homes, we would drive across the rivers or the creeks, right, in order to pick up people from their homes. And it was, in some ways, some stereotype happening, and in other ways, of course not. But it makes me think of Ruth and Naomi, because every encounter was this encounter of being able to do the right thing in the right moment. And most times, one in particular, the kids, they got to go across the road to the store, the Camp Shannondale store. And as they were interacting and, saying where they were from, this woman who was behind the counter was like, "What church did you say you were from?" And they said, and the woman behind the counter started naming members of the church way up here in northern Illinois. And the kids were just like, "What?" Because as big the world is as small the world. The woman behind the counter had grown up in their congregation and knew all of those church elders, and she had found her way somehow down into the southern part of Missouri. She was still connected to the UCC, but the youth then, in the midst of what seemed like a foreign encounter, were like, "Oh, look at this. We're never more than just one connection away from people who know us." And so doing the right thing, being connected as family, look at that. It was this amazing opportunity and experience, because even if you're a stranger in a strange land, you really are still connected familially through that bloodline of God that runs through each and every one of us. And how powerful and beautiful is that? Amen.